He's been helping us appreciate the decision of the Supreme Court today. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 City FM. Let's speak to a lawmaker, Dr. Kwabena Donkor, who is the Member of Parliament for Pru East on the ticket of the NDC, of course. Hello, good evening, sir. Welcome to Eyewitness News. I'm sure you followed the proceedings at the Supreme Court today, perhaps online or maybe physically present in court. I'm not sure. What do you make of the decision of the court?
Well, I believe the decision is not a legal one, but a political one. And I have also stated that this particular Supreme Court is more political than legal. If you listen to the argument of the Chief Justice in her ruling, that a number of Ghanaians, thousands of Ghanaians will not have representation if the ruling of the Speaker is not stayed. It is the most flawed reasoning I've heard in Ghana's political economy. It is flawed because Parliament, per its calendar, will be rising in about 2 weeks from today.
I see.
That is one. Two, SAL has been without representation for 4 years. And they are not Ghanaians, or unless I want to believe that some are more Ghanaians than the other. Honorable Asiama was expelled from Parliament with more than 4 weeks to go in 2020. And the people didn't experience non-representation.
But Honorable, of course, the fact that it was wrong some time ago doesn't mean it should be, and we knew it was wrong, doesn't mean it should be repeated. The other point really is that in the Isiama case, the first Isiama case in 2020, nobody tested the law. Nobody took it to the Supreme Court. Perhaps if someone did, we would have had the same result we've had today.
I absolutely disagree. Once MPP petitioned officially and stated that in the NPP constitution, once you opt to go independent or stand on the ticket of another party, you have forfeited your membership of the party. And that provision of the NPP constitution still stands. So the Speaker then had no option because he came to Parliament on the ticket of MPP, and MPP said he was no longer a member of the party. So that was one. The heart of SAL. For how long have the people of SAL not been represented? In any case, by Parliament's practice and convention, if a member of Parliament resigns, dies, or for whatever reason, 3 months to an election, there is no by-election. The state stays vacant until election. So if juxtapose that with the 2 weeks left for Parliament to go on recess, and then you turn around and use that argument that thousands of Ghanaians will not have representation. The good people of South have not had representation for 4 years. They've gone through the whole gamut of the law, the legal process, and they still don't have representation. And that is why I think this Supreme Court, look, you needed to have seen the body language of the Chief Justice.
What did her body language say?
It was full of disdain for the argument that was being put up on behalf of the Speaker of Parliament, who, by the way, was only doing his duty as Speaker and as provided for by our standing orders.
I see. What does this leave Parliament? You have 2 weeks to go on recess. Parliament, the process has been triggered to recall Parliament, and we've had this ruling today dismissing the Speaker's application to the Supreme Court to vacate its own earlier orders. Where does this leave Parliament and the legislative process?
Well, today I saw the Council of State visiting the Speaker of Parliament. Indeed, this was a political challenge and ought to have been resolved politically. The stepping in the intercession of the Supreme Court in itself had very little legal stand. Since issues to do with parliamentary elections are the issues of the High Court. Put all that aside. We are setting an extremely dangerous precedent. If this is a holding position of the Supreme Court, I sincerely pray that level-headed, far-thinking people should get involved in this. If they come up with an interpretation that says that even if you change parties, you can be in Parliament, then the spirit of the Constitution will have been seriously the spirit of the Constitution will be seriously affected. The Supreme Court has consistently proven to be more political than legal.
I see. So the NDC side of the House, of course, you guys or you people else you. Do you have any indication?
It is not the NDC side. I mean, if you put it that way, you are being unfair. Our standing orders, only allow the Speaker to direct Parliament, the Speaker or whoever is in the chair. So whether it's the Speaker, First Deputy, Second Deputy, or in the absence of them, the one Parliament will elect to preside over a certain, they are the only people allowed. No external body. And this is where I foresee danger. Indeed, I sincerely think Parliament should further set its powers by citing the Chief Justice for contempt of Parliament and bringing her before the Privileges Committee of Parliament to come and explain why she is interfering with the internal workings of Parliament.
That'll be interesting. Thank you so much. I wanted to find out what the NDC side of Parliament will be doing about this decision.
I can't speak for the NDC. I'm not the spokesperson. I can speak for myself as a member of Parliament.
Very well.
I personally think the best thing is for Parliament to be recalled after the election. The only serious business left is the budget for the first quarter of 2025, and that can be done after the election. That is my personal view.
We've seen some bills, waiting to go to